pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Lewis?
Here.
Mrs. Peters? Here. Mrs. Amadeus? Here. Mr. McGibbon?
Here.
Mr. Oster?
Here. Right on. Okay, next is to approve the agenda. Much there to approve. Here it is.
Motion to approve the agenda, sir.
Second.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Peters? Yes. Mrs. Amadeus? Yes. Mr. McGibbon?
Yes.
Mr. Oster?
Yes. All right. Any call to public?
Anybody on the line to call to the public?
Consent agenda is our second action item. Just a couple little bookkeeping items. Anybody have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you, Michelle.
Second.
Thank you.
Mrs. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Peters? Yes. Mrs. Amadeus? Yes. Mr. McGibbon?
Yes.
Mr. Oster?
Yes. And new business, cell tower. Who's the current renter? Who's that?
So there's currently a small company that is on the cell tower and they are leaving. In order to gain some of the more national carriers, the people who run the cell tower would like to reduce the rent that they pay on that by $41.67 per month, so that it's more aligned with what the national average is for what this national carrier is paying. So they would like to make that amendment. So that's really about it.
What about the 2%?
So there's a 2% inflator. So prior it was a 3% a year. So it would go from 3% to 2%.
The current amount per year is.
Right now we get $1,500 a flat $1,500 a month plus 10% of the rental fee.
What's that?
We get about $82 a month
But that's based on
on the rental.
how many people are piggybacking on them.
There's only one.
So they're trying, that person is leaving,
That person is leaving
they're trying to bring in
a national carrier.
Oh,
So somebody like an AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile.
oh, so Verizon's not on there?
I thought they were.
Me too.
What?
Oh,
So that's the goal then, is to bring them on board. Then this would increase substantially if
This
that
would-
happens.
Yes, because we get 10% of the rental income. So,
and I would suspect that the big boys pay big
a
money.
lot more.
Okay.
Yes, so this, while it looks like a loss, it is actually a net gain by reducing the monthly. Yeah,
So that's the good news at the end of the bad news.
yes.
And this is an action item, I see. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the amendment to cell tower agreement.
Second that.
Mrs. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Peters? Yes. Ms. Amadeus? Yes. Mr. McGibbon?
Yes.
Mr. Oster?
Yes. And we'll probably have a little discussion in this one, to talk about this, the student athletic eligibility from non-continental students, specifically the ESA kids. And we'll remind you on the homeschool kids, by Arizona statute law, we have to take them whether we want to or not. But it's the ESA kids, those are the ones that get funds from the state to homeschool. So, Mr. Baker, you want to fill in the gaps for us?
Yes, so Mr. Nathan provided these new docs that talk about the student athletic eligibility for the students. So you can just scroll down. This is going to be the ones who are these our kids are the ones who are out of district. I mean, the ones who are homeschooled, Steve. newspaper tonight.
So the form that you're currently reviewing will only be provided to those kids that do not attend Continental School. And so that can be a wide variety of students, including traditional homeschool would fill this out. And that would be to approve residents. They do have to, according to the Santa Rita Mountain League that we're a part of, live within our geographical location to be able to participate in athletics. And it would also go with homeschool, traditional homeschooling, anybody receiving ESA. It has on there so that then we know how to bill them appropriately. So if they're not receiving ESA funds, they would pay the normal athletic fee for our students. If they are receiving the ESA funds, then they would be paying out of their ESA accounts.
You can see the education verification up on the screen, where they'll have to say whether they're online, or a charter school, homeschool, or other.
And you'll notice on this form, we also included that every 2 weeks that the legal guardian is required to provide grade checks to the coach. That's one area that the homeschoolers that participated in the past didn't do a very good job of, and it's a requirement for all of our students, so we made sure to include that in this form as well.
You know, to save a form, you might add another sentence under that 150 saying, all others pay 25 or 35.
So we looked at that and we didn't want to confuse anybody.
Yeah.
And so we have a whole different form for our students, and we are going to keep the 150 off that because we figured Continental students will see that, not be paying attention, and come in, and it's going to be.
Oh my God, last year we paid.
And so we considered that, but obviously you have the right to amend that form if you want. But we did take that into consideration, and that was our concern, that if we had too many different fee numbers on there for our students versus ESA, that it would become confusing.
That makes sense.
And then can you click on the other one?
Diligent, new Joe?
What's that?
The diligent profile? Diligent.
Yeah,
Yeah, you switched over.
it's been about a year.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Hey, Steve, so.
You just speak to
yes,
Oh, wait,
can you
so we gotta
please
finish up.
address this one, thank you.
Okay, so on this one, this is the actual request today. So in regards to students attending that do not attend Continental School and are receiving ESA funding, the athletic director is requesting that each student pay $150 per sport. No family cap is allowed when using ESA funds. Legal guardians will also be required to complete the form that we just discussed in its entirety. And then you can see there the fees that make up this $150 per sport include the athletic fee, which is $35 contingent on your approval today. So we talked about last month that it was 25. I did do homework with the league. Every other school in our league is charging 35. We were at 25. So the recommendation of the board today was also to move that from 25 to 35 for our students. And then number 2 would be the application fee. What that covers is the front office staff, including Mr. Schubert, have to verify if they live within our geographical location and boundaries, as well as their ESA status by making a phone call, talking to ADE, and getting confirmation from them. Then the facility fee is $50, just like all of our, when we rent to outside agencies, or there is a cost, right, for utilities, for water, for the bathrooms, that sort of thing. So that's that $50 fee there. And then obviously the transportation fee, $55 per student per quarter. That's to cover. They will be allowed to, and attached to this form that I just gave you will be the transportation form, so that they will be included and allowed to ride transportation to and from games, and also the activity bus.
I have a question. How are you gonna validate their address? Just by the address they give you, or are we doing a utility bill or something?
If you refer to that form, there's many options on it that they have to verify, just like when we verify if a student enrolls in our district, that they have to show proof of residency. So they have to show a bill to the home under the legal guardian's name, et cetera, not just taking their word for it like we've done in the past.
Right, like in case they are using grandma's address.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The legal guardian has to have some sort of proof of residency to the same standard as all of our students to attend Continental School.
And I know, as we had discussed before, that Dr. Valenzuela had called me when they were having all their call to the audiences about ESA students participating in sports in Sahuarita. And their board voted no. And when he called me, I told him that we were supporting that as well. That we hadn't really had any students come or any people come to us saying that they wanted to participate and that they were ESA students. But we did, after the last meeting, we discovered that we do have kids who are receiving ESA funds who have been participating in our sports. But we thought they were general homeschool kids, traditional homeschool kids, not receiving ESA funds. So in fact, they did start to get.
How many students are we talking about?
3 or 4?
My guess is year-wide, we're probably 6 to 10 students that have been participating. So it's not a lot, but it is, they are receiving those funds. In the past, they just paid, they didn't try to pay with ESA funds, to my knowledge. They just would cut a check for the $25, and that was sufficient. So that's kind of how that has gone.
And I think as we've talked, our philosophy is we are middle school, we're middle school intramurals. We do want our kids to be prepared for high school athletics as well. And we're not trying to exclude kids or make it hard for kids. We're, just thinking that it's fair if we charge the $150 for the fees that are required, if that's what the board decides.
If I can add to that, in my experience I've watched as students from homeschool or especially GEA end up coming over here, participating in sports, building friends and relationships with our coaches, which are also many of our teachers, and end up joining the school within a month or two of participating. So there's one individual, I won't use her name, but she came here, her first year set school records as a GEA student. Within 2 months, talked her mom into transferring her over, ended up going her whole 8th grade year, going to Washington, D.C., going to high school, setting records, and is currently running the mile in 5 minutes and 47 seconds, and has scholarships for college and is pursuing a career to become a firefighter. So that happened because of Continental. She would have never had that opportunity at GEA, but she saw the opportunities here and switched over. That's one of the reasons why I'd like to leave it open. We're always looking to bring them, and keep in mind, that's not an open enrollment student. My student I told you lived within our boundaries, but for some reason they felt that there was better options until they actually got to see Continental at its best. And so we have that opportunity to do that through this type of an activity.
I have a couple questions. What percentage of the schools that you participate with in sports allow ESA students?
0.
None
So
allow ESA
the
students?
only, our league is very small because we just repainted that this school year. And so what happened was we are just with Cerrito School District, which is Ponce Trail, Cerrito, and Wrights and Ridge. And as Ms. Rico just stated, their superintendent don't allow ESA at the middle school or high school level.
I have another question. If we allow this, will it encourage students that are currently enrolled here to go to an ESA program? Because, geez, I can get ESA funds. The parents are thinking this way, and my child can still participate in sports. Is that a possibility that could happen?
I mean, it's always a possibility, but what we find is people's and our families are very supportive of public education, and the ones who want to homeschool are already homeschooling, or again, they homeschool for a year and end up coming back because it's a lot of work to homeschool children.
And honestly, we see a lot of the kids go to charter schools and they go for 2 to 3 months and they come back. They don't even last a whole school year for the most part. Once they get a taste of what Continental has to offer, it's hard to be matched because of the quality of education and the family unit that we are here at Continental. It's a hard thing to match, both charter school, homeschool, or public school for that matter. And so we continue to do our best to create a product in public education that drives families and students to be a part of it. I have zero concerns that this will be that motivator. There's other reasons that people have for leaving. This is not going to be one of those, in my opinion.
And we also, our enrollment has been stable, and so we're not dealing with declining enrollment issues like other districts are. So we're in a good place. People, parents and kids want to come to Continental.
How many students did you say would be affected by this?
We're thinking maybe 6 to 10 throughout the year.
And honestly, at this rate of 150, keep in mind, and I want to be very clear, that does not mean that has to come out of their pocket. They can choose to pay it out of the family's pocket, but they receive funding from the state through ESA that would go to our school from that. So it's not a direct hit to those families that are homeschooling using ESA. It is designed to come out of those funds.
Could we charge more rather than the 150?
Yes, ma'am, you can amend that number. There is a max, I believe. No, Greg says.
Dale's charging $745.
Who is?
Dale? Yeah.
$750
Okay.
for middle school athletics, six to 8 week program. We provide a 6 to 7 week program.
Yeah, so if anybody fusses, we could say, well, the going rate is significant. Do you ever get charter kids that try to come participate in sports?
Yes, sir. So as I mentioned, GEA is a big one here.
Yeah.
Because it's local, so it pulls some of our students out there. Keep in mind that when I say our students, they live within our geographical boundary and borders. So they go to GA, and so there are some of those students that do that and then come back here and participate for sports. Like I said, though, once they get friends here and they get comfortable, I see every year we seem to have some students that come over.
And then one last one is the online kids that are going through a different charter school.
Yes, sir.
We're treating them like the ESA kids.
Yes, because typically the online students also are receiving ESA funding. That's how they're paying for those programs in that school. Most charter schools are using ESA funding to pay for that. So examples of that, most of the students that attend GEA, Liberty Bell Academy, which is in Sarita, and when they go to high school, South Point, for example, most of those students are using ESA funding.
Any comments, Ruth or Laura?
No, I have no comment now. I don't either.
So there's actually 2 action items. First one talks about the.
It's one. Yeah, this is the one we're talking about first. Yeah.
Just the small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this motion for?
B,
For item B,
Oh, B.
To increase the 150 bucks.
it's athletic eligibility form for
It's the whole ESA.
The 2 documents we just looked at.
I'll make a motion to set a fee of $150 per sport per student for ESA students. Is that the correct motion?
I'll second it.
Mrs. Lewis?
Oh, I wanted you to write that.
Hey, whatever your heart says. Yeah.
It's whatever you.
You want to have your last and come back?
Yes, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we can-
Okay.
Ms. Peters? Yes. Mrs. Amadeus?
Yes.
Mr. McGinnis?
Yes.
Mr. Osterly?
Yes?
Mrs. Lewis.
So you can do yes, no, or abstain.
I'm gonna understand.
Okay. Fair enough. We're moving on to increasing the athletic pay fee from 25 to 35, and that would be for our regular Continental kids.
I'll make a motion to increase the athletic fee to $35.
Second?
Mrs. Lewis.
Yes.
Ms. Peters.
Yes.
Mrs. Amadeus.
Yes.
Mr. Diggins.
Yes.
Mr. Osterley.
And yes. And last but not least is the additional coach. Okay.
That's a good.
Hire a second, so that's kind of a blanket permission to, once we get over
Hire a
35
second
kids,
coach. Yes.
that will make sense.
I'll address that really quick so you can see on your stuff. I put some numbers in there as well, but hire a second coach once we get over 35 students. We kind of need that line. We discussed that kind of last board meeting. And what that would do is allow to have the appropriate amount of coaches per student athletes. For example, our volleyball team the last several years has been kind of that 42 to 60 range for many years, and it's very hard in the gym. So for example, I've requested for an additional volleyball coach this year, so that would be 2 assistants, and one would take the D team, go to the cafeteria because the gym isn't big enough to house all those kids safely, and do one team up there, a developmental league for them, is what that would allow. And then the other thing that I'm requesting for this school year as well is for a track coach, for a third track coach. As you can see, the numbers are astronomical. The last 3 years running, they've had over 70 kids come out, which is really hard with 2 coaches.
I'm surprised you don't need 5.
Well,
Seriously.
in all transparency, we have 5 or 6. Lots of them volunteer. And so, but when you can't rely on the volunteers to show up every day. And so they don't. They come when it's convenient, but having that paid coach allows me to guarantee that I've got at least 3 adults, and there's a lot going on in track as you have field events, running events. Sprinting requires a different type of coach than distance. And so that basically allows me to have a sprinting coach, a distance coach, and a track and a field coach.
This morning's meeting has been moved to the gym. The 8:30 meeting has been moved to the gym. Thank you.
This is based upon the assumption that, I think we talked about it last meeting, where we would not eliminate students because we didn't think we had enough coaches.
You got it. This is exactly was motivated by our conversation at the last board meeting.
Okay.
Where, if you recall, I made a statement and said, if you deny the sports selection, then you'll see me again and I'll be requesting the ability to bring on more coaches. So true to my word, that is why I'm here. And due to history, I know that I'm gonna have more than 35 kids on the volleyball team. It's become a fact. My basketball teams, they're right around that 30 to 40 mark. So I didn't request that. I'm gonna look at the sign-up sheets as we get closer to those sports. I've already talked to my coaches about making sure to get sign-up sheets early so that we can have a pre-indicator so that I can come to the board if we feel that we need those for those. But at this time, those are those 2 sports that I, based off of history, we blow that 35 mark out of the water.
So how hard is it to fill those additional spots?
It really depends. Sometimes getting a coach is very difficult for me. Other times I have 3 or 4 that we have to interview. So there's no rhyme or reason to that, sir.
Okay.
I will say that we have quite a few parents and stuff that have been volunteering and helping out because they see the need with the large students. And so that's kind of what we have been going to, is those that have been volunteering. We make sure that they're aware of the interview process and have that option to interview for that position.
And a reminder, they get paid from tax credit money, correct?
Not 100%, but we pay most of our coaches out of tax credit.
Okay.
We do have the ability to pay them out of this athletic account, which is generated by the sports fees.
So
Most of that ends up going to officials, uniforms, equipment, things like that. That's the way that Greg handles that. And most of the coaching is coming out of tax credit. We do have those two accounts. And it does not touch M&O, so that additional position does not touch M&O at all.
I always forget about paying the refs.
I will make a motion to allow the hiring of a second assistant coach anytime for any sport that exceeds 35 athletes.
I'll second that.
Mrs. Wood?
Yes.
Ms. Peters?
Yes.
Mrs. Amadia? Yes. Mr. McKibben?
Yes.
Mr. Osterling?
Yes. Any discussion, anyone? I'll tell you a funny story on my way in here. So I'm pulling in, I'm like, where's all the cars? Because I got a little late start. And oh no, I'm gonna be late with all the traffic. And I didn't realize as I'm walking up the sidewalk, my knucklehead, it's my.
It's Monday, yes.
But anyhow. All right, so with that, we are adjourned. Oh, we got some paperwork. All right, thank you, Laura and Ray.
Thank you.
Do I need to sign anything, or are we good?
There's 3 of us.
There's 3 here, so we're good. Okay,
Okay, fine.
thank you. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Oh, that's what
Good job, team.
I can't believe you got all of this together. It's because you didn't start at 30. That we are adjourned. 28 minutes.
Thank you. Good job.